Hello friends, Mike Adams here with Audacity Training. In this video, I just want to have a frank and open conversation with you about the future of this channel. I started this channel, well, I don't know when I started. I think it was in 2020, somewhere around there. It had a different name back then, but I was still teaching Audacity. I've been using Audacity since probably, I don't know, 2 years after it was first created, and so I had a lot of experience there. And someone suggested to me, a friend suggested to me years ago that I should start teaching it. So I did. I created a course, an online video demand course that I posted originally on Udemy, and started teaching, and I got a lot of students. I have over 5,000 students there alone. The course isn't available anymore because in 2024, when I had cancer, I couldn't keep up with it. I just physically couldn't do it. Audacity was coming out with different revisions, new revisions, and it wasn't fair for me to keep charging people for something that was several revisions old. So I took it offline. It's still there, but you just can't get to it. And my intention was, once I got through the cancer thing in 2024, which by the way I did, so far I'm clear, I thought I would go back and redo that course, and that was my intention, to do that. But to be honest with you, I'm kind of disillusioned with Audacity. Let me explain what I mean. It seems like it's growing faster than is healthy for it to grow, if that makes sense. I have trouble using real-time plugins, real-time effects in Audacity without Audacity crashing. I use some effects that I don't buy from Muse. I get them from other places, Waves being one of those places. I also have Isotope that I use as well, and I use some of the plugins from Isotope. But when I plug those things into Audacity and I get them set up, the way I want them, and I press play, probably 7 or 8 times out of 10, Audacity crashes. And I don't know if it's a memory problem. I'm on a MacBook Pro, an M1 chip, MacBook Pro. I have all kinds of RAM, all kinds of hard disk space, which really isn't a disk, it's SSD. So I don't think it's the computer. In fact, I know it's not the computer, because I use Reaper regularly, and Reaper never crashes. Reaper handles those plugins just fine, but Audacity doesn't. So I'm a little disheartened with especially the recent versions of Audacity. I understand 3.7.5 has some bugs in it, especially if you're a Windows user. There's something there. I don't know what that is. I've heard people talk about it, but I don't have a Windows computer, so it's not something I can test. But here's my issue. I have trouble promoting something and teaching something that I'm not totally convinced is the best. I think it causes me to compromise my own position as well. So I don't know the future of this channel. I'm not taking any videos down, that's for sure. I can tell you this, that my favorite version of Audacity is version 2.4.2. In fact, I used it today, 2.4.2. But like I mentioned a moment ago, I've been using Reaper for at least 1.5 years, maybe getting close to 2 years now. I've been doing almost all of my audio editing in Reaper. Reaper was overwhelming for me at first. I looked at it probably, 3 or 4 years ago, and I immediately shut it down and thought, that is intimidating. That looks really difficult. And it does have a lot of musical stuff in it, but I learned how to get rid of that, stuff in the interface. So when I open Audacity now, all I see on the user interface is stuff related to spoken word content, podcasts, audiobooks, and it's very simple to use. And the real-time effects all work there. So I think Audacity is having growing pains. Like I said, I'm not going to delete any videos off of here, but I don't know that I'm going to teach anymore right now. I want to wait until version 4 comes out, if it does, and see what they've done to it, if they've stabilized it, if it's improved at all, and kind of go from there. In the meantime, I am toying with the idea of teaching Reaper. I don't know if that's something that would interest you. Not on this channel, starting a separate channel for Reaper for spoken word, not music. I haven't produced or edited music since the late 1990s or early 2000. I just don't have time, to be honest with you. And I've kind of lost the desire to do it. I'd rather just do spoken word content. To me, it's simple, it's easy, and it's productive. And I love podcasting. I like when people start to podcast. My wife and I have a podcast. I have a second podcast. In addition, I have this YouTube channel. I've also started another YouTube channel called Mike in Retirement, which is just me talking about real life. I was going to transition into that here on this channel, and I decided against that, and I went and created another one. I'll have a link to that below in case you want to go take a look at it. It's just me in retirement, what I do. So Audacity, yeah, I'm a little disillusioned with it. I'm a little disappointed with it. Again, I think I get the impression, this is just my opinion, but I get the impression that they're trying to grow it faster than it's ready to grow. And maybe adding a lot of features into it that it just isn't ready to handle yet. I don't know. I'm not a programmer. I don't know how all that works. I know enough programming to be really dangerous, so I stay away from that. But hey, so give me your comments below. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll interact with you. Do you think that I should shift gears here with Audacity? Would you be interested in something on Reaper? I also use Logic Pro because I have a MacBook. So I do use that, but I don't use it as much as I use Reaper. My recent videos on Audacity, this is kind of ironic, but my recent videos in Audacity have all been edited and produced in Reaper. So, what do? I want to use Audacity, but on my computer, and again, maybe it's me, maybe it's my computer. On my computer, it's too unstable. And I don't want to teach something like that when I'm not convinced completely that I ought to be teaching it. That's not the case with Reaper. I feel like I could teach Reaper and go full in. So if you want to learn Reaper for voiceover, Reaper for spoken word content, Reaper for podcasting, and maybe even Reaper for audiobook narration, let me know in the comments, because I do read those. So that's all I have for you in this little video. I just wanted to share that with you and talk about what I'm thinking and just let you know, because it's been a while since I've put a video out there, and this is why. Now you know the why. So leave me a comment if you're so inclined. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. And let's press on and see where this takes us. Goodbye for now.